ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler, wild boys laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust left on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, every burn, fortune's laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here from the beautiful Fairbury Speedway. We have the Mini Stocks live in action again here this evening for the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association here this evening. Another great field of drivers, a lot of great competition loaded back into the sim, each and every one of them looking for the win here this evening in what's going to be a very action-packed turn of events here this evening. It's going to become a very, very interesting race. It's going to be very wild to watch and see not only how these mini stocks can handle Fairbury Speedway, a little bit of beating and banging, some elbows up racing out there, but what will the track do here? Where will the lines go? Who will have the best car down the bottom, maybe the middle, maybe that high side gets worked in like we normally see with the late models and sprint cars and in big block modifieds, a lot of those other cars that tend to go up towards that outside fence to really find that speed, to find that momentum up there. We'll have to wait and see if the bottom lane or the high side will be the top spots to be here this evening. Who will find the line? Who will be the one to put their foot into the throttle and pick up a win here this evening? Yo, Robbie Moss. Robbie coming in with that like on the stream. How are you, Robbie? Robbie coming in, some matching that thumbs up here on the broadcast. Johnny Nolan coming in with the like on the stream as well. Mr. Hackney, Keith Hackney coming in, showing the big love as well with that share here on the broadcast as things are about to get underway. Drivers are going to get ready to start popping out there, laying down some laps. We did see Josh Peacock in his 61P machine out there on the speedway. Carl Kilgore out there in the Majula Speed Shop ride. Jamie Massey out there as well, currently the quickest in qualifying here, as Will Klein, Tyler Carnegie, Josh Peacock, all going to be right here ready to pounce, ready to make some moves. As Austin says, Massey always hard to beat. Massey is definitely always a tough cookie to beat out there on the racetrack, but we got a lot of good cars out here, a lot of fast cats. You keep the Hackney in that beautiful House of Speed Tunnel Vision by Hackney, the NLR machine out there on the speedway, the Grip Hackney Live Ride, looking to have a good run here in this one. See if he can try to put himself himself into a decent starting spot, as right now Carl Kilgore currently second quickest, just behind Jamie Massey. Massey still fastest out there on the speedway, but can Hackney jump up and take him out of the top spot? Looks like Hackney's gonna try this one all over again. He's gonna load up the car and maybe get ready, maybe try to figure something else out here for his qualifying effort as he's taking that car off the speedway. We do see Kenneth Vess out there in that one machine. Zach Clark in his 727 ride. The two of Kevin Sandhagen jumps out onto the speedway. We do see Curtis Bishop out there, as well as Matthew Peacock, in the JP Designs Bulletproof Motorsports number 6 machine, looking to lay down a great lap time. Here comes the Blackbird Racing Tommy Gunn Customs Sexton Paint and Body number 71 ride. That is Joseph Pratt. Pratt jumping out onto the speedway here for his qualifying effort. We'll have to wait and see where he can get lined up. A little loose coming out at quarter number 4 right there. That may hurt his odds here in this one. We'll have to wait and see where Pratt can get lined up, as Keith Hackney back out there as well. So Hackney, the Hack Attack, ready to rock and roll, ready to try to lay down a good lap time, as Jamie Massey jumps out there and lays down an even better lap time than he did on his initial attempt. So Massey getting faster and faster out there. That's going to make it tougher and tougher for the rest of these drivers. Is Austin coming in, showing the big love with the like on the stream. Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson. Mama Bear coming in with the heart reaction here in this one. And my boy, Derek, coming in, showing the big love as well. What's good, D-Rock? D-Rock coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream as well. As qualifying slowly but surely coming to a close, Jamie Massey right now still the quickest here in qualifying. Carl Kilgore second fastest, with Tyson Pankow, Josh Peacock, and Keith Hackney our top 5 here in qualifying. Curtis Bishop, Kyle Moyer, Will Klein, James Miller, and Cody Campbell, the top 10 here in this qualifying run so far. We do see the number 62 of Kyle Todd out there onto the speedway. Is Todd going to look for a big run? We do see Joseph Pratt all the way back in the 17th spot here for his qualifying run. Dustin O'Neill in the 4 ride, currently in the 18th position here in qualifying, with Peacock, Matthew Peacock, Charles Minders, and James Frazier bringing up the rear of the field here in this qualifying effort. As we'll get them ready to rock and roll, we'll get them ready to battle here in this one. Is Justin Young coming in, showing the love over there on YouTube. Says, oh, hello there, Justin. How are you, brother? How are you, Mr. Young? Coming in, showing the love here in this one. How are you? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you guys do exactly what Justin, make sure exactly, what everyone else has been doing here throughout this broadcast already. You've seen the notifications pop up. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button here on the broadcast as we get ready to go to battle. We get ready to start duking it out here for these drivers. Looks like we are going to do 3 heat races. So 3 heat races, top 3 from each will advance into the A main feature event. Everybody else will unfortunately load up their rides and join the fans in the stands here this evening. As starting on the pole in heat race number 1, the Go Lithium Scott Bloomquist inspired ride, the HNL machine. That is the 6M of Jamie Massey. To his outside in the JP Designs Bulletproof Motorsports P61, that is Josh Peacock, who will start there in position number 2. Starting in position number 3 in the Simu Cube 11 ride, that is Kyle Moyer. To his outside in the 1 ride is the Henderson Motorsports CWD Designs, the Cody Williams Designs Sweet Victory Apparel ride. That is the 1 of Cody Campbell. Starting in position number 5 in the 44, that is Aaron Benschneider. To his outside in the 20 ride, it's normally the 727 ride, that is Zach Clark. Starting in position number 7, bring up the rear of the field in the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs ride, that is the 6 of Matthew Peacock. So we got 7 drivers ready to rock and roll here from Fairbury Speedway. Only 3 will transfer through to our A main feature event is down at a quarter number 4. We will see that first green flag fly here this evening. Quickly, Jamie Massey onto the lap pedal, looking to try to open up a bit of a lead between himself and that P61, as here comes Peacock trying to hunt him down. Peacock in the 11, Kyle Moyer there in second and third, as unfortunately for Peacock gets up, scrubs the outside wall. That's going to open up the door down low for Kyle Moyer to try to jump up and take position number 2 away from the 11, or from the 61 ride, with a great run there through 3 and 4, and Peacock will hold on to position number 2, and now he'll go to work trying to track down this number 6M of Jamie Massey's Massey in the Scott Bloomquist inspired ride there at the front of the field, looking to pick up another heat race win, looking to pick up another win here in the series. And Josh Peacock there in second, Kyle Moyer back there in third, and on the outside of a transfer spot looking in, it is the 1 ride of Cody Campbell. Campbell back here in position number 4 and looking for more. Zach Clark there in 5th. Aaron Benschneider back in 6th, and Matthew Peacock bringing up the rear of the field in position number 7. As Massey out in front, quickly clicking these laps off in a quick hurry with only about 4 laps left to go. Halfway in, halfway to go here in this heat race. Down across the line, he'll see 3 more laps left to go here in this heat race. As Massey, actually 2 more laps left to go here in this one, as Massey clicking them off in a quick hurry here this evening. Jamie Massey down through 3 and out at quarter number 4. You'll see that white flag fly. So one more time around for Jamie Massey to pick up heat race win number 1 with Josh Peacock, Kyle Moyer right there in tow. Final time down into quarter number 3. Nice and easy out at quarter number 4, and it's Jamie Massey who picks up heat race win number 1 on the evening. Peacock and Moyer back there in second and third will transfer through to our A main feature event. Everybody else will go to our consolation race. So all 4 other drivers back there outside the top 3 will unfortunately go to our B main consolation race here this evening, as we'll get them ready to rock and roll here for heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 getting lined up and loaded into the sim here for our second race of the evening. Yo, what's good? Josh Ely. Josh coming in showing the love. What's good, Josh? Josh coming in showing the big love here in this one, as Mama Bear says, let's go. Jamie Massey cheering on Massey out there on the speedway. Craig Michael Deacon not only coming out with the like on the stream, but also coming in and says, let's go showstopper. Insert backflip here. Oh, baby. We'd like to see that. We'd like to see that. Maybe we'll have to get a webcam for Jamie Massey. He'll have to do one from his from his gaming seat or his racing rig. You know, we'll have to see if he can do one on the ground as well, not off the top of his real life mini stock. As we'll get him ready to go to battle here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole in the Majula A Speed Shop, WR1, the VLR Sweet Victory Apparel number 6 ride. That is Carl Kilgore. To his outside in the Grib Hackney Live House of Speed Tunnel Visions by Hackney NLR69 ride. That is Keith Hackney starting there in position number 2. Starting in position number 3 in the number 5 ride. That is the JP Designs Bulletproof Motorsports number 5 of Will Klein. To his outside in the 161, that is Tyler Carnegie. Then we see the number 5 driver is the 2 of Kevin Sandhagen in the HNL Papa Mike Promotions number 2 machine. To his outside is the 71 of Joseph Pratt, the Blackbird Racing Tommy Gun Customs Sexton Paint and Body Ride. There in position number 6 is Charles Minders, unfortunately missing the call here for heat race number 2. As down through quarter number 4, we will see that green flag fly as quickly the number 6 out in front, looking to try to open up a gap between himself and Hackney. Hackney, though, battling strong here through the middle lane. This is exactly the racing that we want to see. Door to door, down across the line. Kilgore, Hackney 1 and 2 here on the speedway, as Hackney trying to take this race lead away. Kilgore trying to hang on to this top spot. Can he beat him? Can he keep him back there at bay? They're still door to door, down across the start-finish line. Tyler Carnegie right there behind him in the 161 ride. ride rolling in that third spot as Joseph Pratt quickly up into position number 4 as Kevin Sandhagen, Will Klein, and Charles Miners out there on the speedway going to round out our top 7 as they still battling here at the front of the field. They're still going elbows up racing here this evening. It's Kilgore, Hackney, 1 and 2 on the speedway, door to door down across the line as we hit our midway point here in this second heat race of the evening. As they continue to battle, it seems like the 69 ride just barely edging out in front by half a bumper here. So Hackney at the front of the field is the KC Speedworks Majula Speed Shop number 6 ride of Kilgore going to send it in there deep down low. Looks like he's going to edge just barely back out in front. It's neck and neck between Kilgore and Hackney here at the front of the field. Kilgore going to send it in there deep. I thought he was going to go for the slide job. Left the door open on the outside. Hackney with the run as we see the white flag fly. One more time around for these two duking it out here at the front of the field. Kilgore down low. Hackney up through the middle side for the final time through 3 and out of quarter number 4. They drag race back to the start finish line, and it's Hackney picking up the heat race win. So Hackney coming home with the win in heat race number 2. Kilgore will settle in for second, and Tyler Carnegie in that third and final transfer spot there out of heat race number 2. Wowzers, what a run, what a drive here in this one, man. These guys put on a heck of a show for us here this evening, as, man, that was a lot of fun, a lot of great racing right there, and it's not over yet. We're going to see more and more and more of that coming up here in just a little bit, as, man, so far, man, this has been a lot of fun. These guys have been putting on one heck of a show here, as, we'll have to get ready, see what these drivers can do, see who can pick up the race win number 3 on the evening. Starting on the pole in the number 91 is the JP Designs Bulletproof Motorsports ride. That is Tyson Pankow. To his outside in the 03 is the McConey Setup Shop ride. That is the 03 of Curtis Bishop. Starting in position number 3 in the 22 is the Jags ride of James Miller. To his outside in the number 1, it's another McConey Setup Shop ride. That is Kenneth Vess. Starting in position number 5 on the speedway in the 62, it is the Dale Jr. Motorsports, the Dale Jr. Foundation ride. That is Kyle Todd. To his outside in the 4-star ride, that is Dustin O'Neill. Starting in position number 7 here at the rear of the field, it is the FMS number 661. It is James Frazier here at the rear of the field. Again, 3 drivers will punch their ticket into the show. Unfortunately, 4 drivers will go to our consolation race as we see the green flag fly down there out at quarter number 4, and quickly the 91 of Tyson Pankow onto the throttle. He's going to slide up and clear the 03 of Bishop. Bishop going to try to roll that middle lane. They were watching, they see what Hackney and what the number 6 ride of Carl Kilgore were able to do. Is a slide job there from the 3 machine. Curtis Bishop wasting no time. He goes for the big slider down through 1 and 2. A great crossover, and Pankow will be able to stay out in front, but sizing him up again here in corner 1 and 2. The 03 not going to throw it that time. Doesn't pull the trigger. So the 03 now maybe with that preferred line down low, but here comes the 91 of Tyson Pankow up on the outside. Pankow able to hang on and hold on to the race lead, but the 03 of Curtis Bishop putting the pressure onto his back bumper. The number 1 rider, Kenneth Vess, trying to jump up here and join this battle at the front of the field as Vess gets up into the outside fence ever so slightly. A bit of a slide job right there as the 03 sends it in deep. Here comes that Mustang GT. The 91 of Tyson Pankow down low, looking to take this race lead back away. So Pankow just barely edging out in front as a great battle brewing here with only 3 laps left to go for Curtis Bishop, Tyson Pankow, and now Kenneth Vess joining this fight here at the front of the field as door to door down across the line. Give it to Bishop out in front. So Curtis Bishop now leading this race as the 91 ride trying to battle with them. The 22 a little farther back there in fourth. He's on the outside looking in here of a transfer spot. It's Dustin O'Neill, James Frazier, and Kyle Todd bringing up the rear of the field as the white flag has been displayed. So for the final time, down the back straightaway here in heat race number 3, they'll round corner 4 and down across the line. It's Curtis Bishop picking up heat race win number 3 here on the evening. Kenneth Vest there in second, and Tyson Pankow will be in that third and final transfer spot, meaning Miller, O'Neill, Frazier, and everybody else there will go to our consolation race here this evening. But it looks like we are going to skip that consi. Looks like everybody is going to make it into the show here this evening. Nobody's going to go home early. They're all going to get an opportunity to race in battle here in our A main feature event. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, get ready to go, because here you go. It is going to be on like Donkey Kong for these mini stunt drivers here at the beautiful Fairbury Speedway here this evening, as drivers hopping out onto the racetrack, getting a little bit of practice in, getting some warm-up in, making sure their cars are absolutely ready to rock and roll here, as we are going to get ready for our quick invert spinner right here. So we are going to be spinning a random wheel. This will select our invert here on the evening. So 1 through 6, whatever it lands on, that's what the invert will be. Let's spin the wheel. Let's see what the invert is here this evening. Man, we can't get a break. When's a 6 gonna pop up, or a 5, or something like that? We pull up 1. Why did I put this back in there? I knew I shouldn't have done it. As the 1 coming up, so no invert. Basically, again here this evening, man. What in the world is going on? What is going on here, man? That is absolutely insane that we spin another 1 there. That is absolutely wild. It's we're gonna get a quick break in here. We're gonna get ready to rock and roll. This warm-up session coming to a close in a quick couple moments. So enjoy a little bit of the sights and sounds around the beautiful Fairbury Speedway, and we're gonna get a little bit of music in here as well for our Speed of Mud song here this evening. So turn up that volume, cheer your drivers on as we get ready to rock and roll here again, as Peacock says that wheel is rigged. Brother, I feel ya. I think that wheel is rigged as well, as we're going to crank it up here quickly on Peacemaker Gaming, and we'll get ready for our A main feature event here in just a few more moments.
Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusting metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler wild, boys' laps get short. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Fuel to fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust left on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn ever burned fortune's late. Sounds heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up and steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Speeding the loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night, chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for all these drivers. A beautiful crank it up session right there, and a great little tunage right there, as well as we get ready to rock and roll here in this one. Our main feature event is about to get underway. These drivers are getting ready to rock and roll here this evening. For our first main feature event here on the evening is the mini stocks up first, and then we head to Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Slingshot Sim Racing Series in just a little bit here. At 9 o'clock Eastern Time, we will be back live. We will have our Cup Series racing after that. Is my boy Thomas Dennis coming in, showing the love. Says, yo, Air, what's up, Thomas? Thomas coming in, showing the love. Tyler Jackson says, falls never fails. Yes, Sirski, you know it, brother. You know it. And yeah, Peacock, the wheel is rigged. The wheel is definitely rigged. Mr. Hargrave says, great race there, fellas, after the battle between Hackney and that 6th ride of Carl Kilgore. Dustin O'Neill coming in with the like on the stream. James Miller coming in with that thumbs up, as well as Thomas Dennis. My boy Bubba coming in with the like on the stream. Cornbread coming in with that thumbs up as well. Tasha and Ty coming in, showing the big love with those heart reactions. Josh Ely and William Hargraves coming in with those reactions, as well as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to rumble here from the beautiful Fairbury Speedway. Starting on the pole in the number 6M machine, it is that 6M Scott Bloomquist inspired ride, the HNL machine. That is Jamie Massey, will start in the pole position. To his outside in the House of Speed 69 ride, that is Keith Hackney. Then we see that 03 of Curtis Bishop there in position number 3. To his outside is the P61 of Josh Peacock. Carl Kilgore and Kyle, actually the one ride of Kenneth Vance, will make up row number 3. Then we see Kyle Moyer, the 161 of Tyler Carnegie. Tyson Pankow, Cody Campbell, our top 10 here on the Speedway with Joseph Pratt, James Miller, Zach Clark, Kevin Sandhagen, Dustin O'Neill, Aaron Benschneider, Will Klein, James Frazier, Matthew Peacock, Charles Miners, and Kyle Todd bringing up the rear of the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. We are quickly green flag racing here from Fairbury Speedway. Massey out in front, quickly going to slide up and in front of the 69 ride of Keith Hackney. Hackney will slide back there into position number 2. Peacock will jump up and take position number 3 away from Bishop, as Bishop sliding back there to that 4th spot as Carl Kilgore trying to work the outside lane. Kilgore trying to work himself up and around that 03 machine. Kind of stuck right there in a little bit of a Maconi setup shop sandwich there on the back straight away. Nowhere to go there for that sweet victory apparel. Majula Say Speed Shop, KC Speedworks machine out there on the Speedway. He's actually going to slide back now into that 6th position as Kenneth Best will jump up and into position number 2. Actually, position number 5 on the Speedway. Kilgore there in position number 6 as Ben Schneider running into some issues a little deeper in the field. No caution flag as Ben Schneider will take his car down pit side. A tough break there for the 44 ride as Kyle Todd bringing up the rear of the field as it's a dogfight throughout the field here. Everybody trying to get everything they can early on here in this race. Everyone trying to work themselves closer and closer to the front of the field. Already up a couple spots for the Jenks 22 ride. James Miller up inside the top 10 now, trying to get a good run underneath the 91 ride of Tyson Pankow. Pankow and Tyler Carnegie battling here for the 8th and 9th spot on the Speedway. They see Kyle Moyer right there in front of them as once again Kilgore and Kenneth Vest battling here for that 5th position on the Speedway. Vest down low, gonna go for a bit of a slide job there, gonna jump up and close the door on the 6th machine of Kilgore. Kilgore gonna send it in deep. He'll pay it back as we do see our first caution flag flag of the day gonna fly. So our first yellow flag is displayed, and you see the two drivers parked down low. It's the 6 of Matthew Peacock and the 66 of Charles Minders. We'll take a look here and see what happens between these two contenders as down low the 66 goes, and looks like they're just going to make some contact. 66 pushes up the racetrack, unfortunately right into that left rear quarter panel of Matthew Peacock, and the 6s are going to go around here on the speedway, and that will put us under our first caution flag of the day. Some unfortunate contact, some good close racing here in this one, and we'll get ready to go back to battle as Dustin O'Neill says, if someone gets wrecked, is it just racing? Agreed. I mean, all depends. I mean, there are different extents to it. I mean, sometimes you can wreck somebody maliciously. You can just absolutely T-bone them and take them out. Other times, it can just be good, hard racing, battling for positions, and mistakes are made. Out there on the speedway, nobody's perfect, and nobody can run an absolutely perfect race. Out there on the racetrack, and when you get this talented level of drivers battling here on the speedway, you just never know what may happen out there. You just never know when a mistake is going to be made. And running only inches off of each other, you just never know when that contact could come. As you do see the 6 ride of Kilgore send it in down low here once again, looking for a big run on the bottom side. Unfortunately, he's at risk of sliding farther back as here comes the 11 ride of Kyle Moyer up on the high side. Moyer's got that high side figured out, and he's hanging this 11 ride out there high and fast out there on the speedway, and he's gonna slide up into the 5th position, move Kilgore back. The 6 is up on 2 wheels goes Kenneth Vets. Somehow or another, Vest keeps it pointed the right direction. Around goes James Frazier, and the caution flag will fly. So the caution flag is going to come out here in this one. Let's take a look back here as James Frazier, I think he's just going to kind of get stacked up in this one as everyone was kind of figuring out what they need to do as we watch Kenneth Vance. He's battling on the back bumper here of the 6 ride. And unfortunately, just kind of gets a little contact and right into the infield tractor tire there, and that kind of just makes everyone strung out here. Everyone going 3, 4, 5 wide out there on the racetrack. And I do believe the 66 ride going to get a piece of that number 661. Take a look here. There's the contact. That's a hard hit right there into that left front for Kenneth Vest. But if you watch there in the background, the 62 of Kyle Todd in the 661 of James Frazier. Frazier kind of pushes up the racetrack here a little bit. The 62 coming down off the wall just ever so slightly. They kind of just run out of room up here on the high side. They make some contact. The front end of the 661 ride goes around, and that's what brings out our second caution flag here this evening. So we'll get them lined up, ready to go. Back to green flag racing. Massey, Hackney 1 and 2 here on the speedway as the green flag quickly back out here at the beautiful Fairbury Speedway as it's Hackney right there in position number 2, but now peeking his nose down low on Jamie Massey. Massey up through the middle looking for a big run here at a quarter number 4, trying to keep these drivers back there at bay as he looks to pick up another checkered flag here in the series as Massey out in front continuing to show these drivers how to get it done. More beating and bang a little deeper in the field. Tyson Pankow, Kyle Todd, and that 5 rider Will Klein kind of all get tied together. Same with James Frazier, and that's going to bring a few of these drivers right in front of our race leaders. So with that contact being made here between a couple of these competitors, it could become very interesting, but we do see that caution flag fly. The caution flag will come out here, so we were hoping to not see that yellow flag fly, but we will see it being displayed as here you go. You're going to see some of this contact right here. The 6 ride, the 661 coming together right there as the 6 already slow on the racetrack, trying to just get down and out of the way here after going a lap down, and you see nowhere to go for the Blackbird Racing Sexton Paint and Body, the Tommy Gun Customs ride as he gets into the back end of the 6 ride hard up into the outside wall. That's going to make the 6 ride come down and into the 161 of Tyler Carnegie, and Carnegie and Joseph Pratt just up there on the high side of the racetrack, just really minding their own P's and Q's here, trying to stay out of it, trying to stay out of a big wreck, and unfortunately Carnegie nowhere to go, gets backed in there. Pretty hard contact for himself, pretty hard contact for that 71 ride as well, as that will put us back under the caution flag. As cautions breed cautions here at Fairbury. A lot of beating and banging, a lot of elbows up racing out here on the Speedway, and it's anybody's race here this evening. Is Richard Mott. Richard coming in, showing the love with that share on the stream. Richard coming in with that like as well. My boy Kenny Storks in. What's good, Kenny? Kenny coming in with that heart reaction here on the broadcast as we go back to green flag racing. A great restart right there for Jamie Massey. Massey quickly able to open up about a car length lead, but oh man, he gives it all back right there in quarter 1 and 2 as we see a few more drivers tied together and turned around here in quarter number 1 and 2, and one of those drivers being the 6th ride of Carl Kilgore. So Kilgore getting tied up here in this one, that Majula Speed Shop, Casey Speedworks ride. Not sure if he gets a little help there from Kenneth Fess or not. May get a little contact. Let's see if we get another angle at this one as Vess and the 6 were running close together, and I think he's going to get some help right there. That contact into that left rear quarter panel just sends this 6 ride sideways down into corner number 1, and Mr. Smooth, not so smooth right there. Luckily enough, able to avoid any more major contact and damage except for smashing into that infield tractor tire, and obviously you see Kilgore pointing the wrong direction, just trying to hang on. You see Matthew Peacock here comes the 5 right of Will Klein, Tyson Pankow all right at him, almost reach out and give a high five right there to Matthew Peacock as they come together there on the high side of corner number 1 and 2, and that puts us back under the caution flag. But we are going to go back to green flag racing here. Drivers line back up, racked back up, and ready to go back to battle here in this one. As Jamie Massey and Josh Peacock 1 and 2, but already some drivers getting turned around. The number 20 turned there in corner number 4, and I do believe we are going to go right back to the caution flag as looks like Zach Clark going to get tied up here in this one. Clark has taken his car right off the speedway here. I'm not sure if he just instantly did an Alt F4 right there, but on this restart, drivers try to get everything they can off the racetrack. Just looks like they get tied together before we even really get back to racing, and unfortunately for Zach Clark, just going to go up and around here. I'm not sure what happens. Let's see if we can get another angle, another look at the contact here between Clark and the 4 ride of O'Neill as I'm going to send it into corner number 1, and I think right here, just the rear end of the 20 ride kind of comes up into the front end of the 4 ride. They kind of just get tied together, and unfortunately they just stayed glued together up into the outside fence, up on 2 wheels for the 20 ride. Heavy damage there for the 2 of Sandhagen, the 71 of Pratt in there in the 62 ride of Kyle Todd. Gonna go around over there from bumpers and hard into the outside fence as well. Some pretty good contact there for the 4, pretty good contact there for the 2 and the 62 as well, as a few more drivers tore up, and unfortunately Zach Clark down pit side and not coming back out here, so that's a tough break there for the 20 ride of Zach Clark. As we go back to green flag racing here at Fairbury Speedway, quickly Jamie Massey back onto the lap pedal as here comes Josh Peacock. Peacock and Hackney door to door for position number 2 is Kyle Moyer and Curtis Bishop battling back here for position number 4. A little contact right there as they get to beating and banging for that 4th spot on the speedway. James Miller there in 6th with Dustin O'Neill there in 7th. Kevin Sandhagen right in the thick of it as here comes Joseph Pratt and Cody Campbell trying to work themselves back up through the top 10. James Frazier already up 7 spots on the speedway, finds himself now in 11th and up 8 spots. Right there behind him is the 66 of Charles Miners. Tyson Pankow trying to battle back here after his earlier spinning contact in the 91 ride, and so is in the 6 ride of Carl Kilgore. As Kilgore back here in the 14th spot has Kenneth Bess, Will Klein. Back there behind him is Kyle Todd, Matthew Peacock, Tyler Carnegie, Zach Clark, and Aaron Benschneider bring up the rear of the field, but out in front, it's all Jamie Massey. Massey looking to be the reflection of perfection here this evening's led every single lap so far in this feature event, and he'll get ready for another restart as another caution flag is displayed. So another caution flag coming out now. I'm not sure where this one may have been. May have been Kyle Todd here again, as this was way beforehand. Let's take a look farther down here and see what happens. There we go. Looks like Charles Miners, we were just talking about him, his march towards the front of the field, trying to work himself up inside the top 10, and on the high side. Maybe a little contact here, a little help from the 6 ride right there as you see Kilgore gets a great run, sends it up there deep, able to hold that speed and momentum, closes that gap I think a little quicker than I think he was expecting. You're going to see this contact. Here's the 6 ride up on the high side, just right here. Going to get into that back bumper, just the wrong place at the wrong time, down through the slick stuff, and unfortunately, the 66 going to go around, nowhere to go for Kenneth Vest. Vest going to get some hard contact into that 66 ride. Will Klein just able to avoid that contact, avoid the 66 ride parked there in the middle of the speedway. We'll go back to green flag racing. We'll rack them up. We'll stack them up. We'll try it all over again. Jamie Massey at the front of the field. Keith Hackney there in position number 2. As here comes Peacock, Bishop, Moyer, our top 5 here on the speedway. James Miller there in 6 as Richard Mott says he was trying to rattle his cage sometimes, yeah, sometimes you got to give him a shot, give him a little bump out there, trying to rattle their cage, try to open up the door for yourself. Sometimes you just get in there a little bit too deep, a little bit too far, as James Miller says, let's go. Miller cheering on Mr. Miller out there on the speedway, as Dustin O'Neill says, them cars don't get damaged bad. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know if they have damage turned off on these for the series or whatnot, but yeah, they definitely don't seem to take a whole lot of damage here. The odd time we can see some pretty good smoke coming out of them after a really hard hit, but for the most part, you know, these cars are pretty good. As we see a slide jump here in the front of the field. Hackney looking for the race lead, but Jamie Massey hooked up on the outside, able to jump back out and take this race lead back away. Hackney almost was able to lead that lap. He's going to try the high side here as Massey sends it down low. As they battle here at the front of the field, the caution flag will be displayed once again here in this one. So a little bit of cautions breeding cautions here throughout this race. I'm sure Massey and Hackney do not want to see that, as they want to be able to try to pull away from the rest of the field, and it looks like James Miller in the 22 is going to be the recipient here of the caution flag. We'll take a look and see what happens, as it looks like the 22 and the 2 ride just going to kind of come together. The 2 of Sandhagen not being able to find that brake pedal quick enough, as he was all over the back bumper of this 22 ride, all the way down the back straightaway, honestly, and into corner number 3 and 4. Let's take another look at it here, see if we get a good shot at it, as here's the 2 ride all over the back bumper there into corner number 3, then kind of gets into him again there, and just kind of stays right into that back bumper. And unfortunately, it just kind of turns the 22 right around. He goes for a quick loop-de-loop. Not too much damage there for him, but unfortunately a lot of positions for that 22 ride. As we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. Massey out in front, able to hang on and keep this race lead, as right there to his inside is that 69 ride of Keith Hackney. Hackney looking to try to jump up here and take this spot away, as Justin Young says, racing is harder than you think. To be honest, it's pretty amazing. More people don't wreck. Yeah, 100%, man. These guys, especially at the level of competitiveness and drive that they have here, you know, there's a lot of great talented cars out there, and when you're running inches apart off of each other, man, it doesn't take much to spin a car around or to run over top of somebody or anything else, as we are going to see the 1 ride here of Cody Campbell. Unfortunately, he is going to get some contact right there, just kind of cutting down the racetrack here, and that's the big thing here with Fairbury Speedway, especially once we start getting multiple lanes. We see drivers 3, 4 wide. The 1 ride kind of throwing it in there, getting a little bit wide, but trying to shoot this car down the racetrack, and I don't think Kilgore was expecting that. You see that left front get locked up there. He's trying to stop, trying to get checked up to avoid the contact with the 1, and all of a sudden, the 661 rides in there as well. And the 1 ride of Cody Campbell is going to get turned sideways here on the speedway. A tough break there for him. A tough break for the 3 drivers all tied up in that one, as we'll go back to green flag racing and get ready to duke it out here once again. But I do believe see another caution flag, or what is going on here? Yeah, we did go back quickly to green flag racing, then we saw more contact and more issues out here, as we're going to take a look and see the 6 and the 62 come together, as the 6 ride looking to shoot the gap here, looking to go to the middle. Things get a little tight for Carl Kilgore on the back bumper there of the 2 ride of Sandhagen, then nowhere to go as flying the 62, all going to get in there, get a piece of them. There goes Sandhagen, turned around as well. So another quick caution flag there on the restart. So we'll get them ready to rock and roll here once again. We'll try this all over again as Jamie Massey, Keith Hackney 1 and 2 here on the restart. Hackney down low, Massey up on the hindsight. They're going to draw even down across the line. As we head back down into quarter number 1, Massey looking for the big run down the back straightaway as Bishop gets up into the outside fence. Heavy contact there for that 0-3 machine as here comes Joseph Pratt. Here comes Dustin O'Neill. Tyson Pankow back inside the top 10. Can invest there in position number 9. And here comes Kyle Todd now inside the top 10 here himself in the 62. But it's all Jamie Massey here at the front of the field. Keith Hackney there in second. Josh Peacock, Kyle Moyer, and Curtis Bishop are top 5 here on the Speedway. As Bishop going to end up losing position number 5 there for a quick second, but he's able to get it back, soars back down low here on the 11 ride of Kyle Moyer and the number 71 of Joseph Prattis. Look out, around goes the 4, a big wreck out at quarter number 2. A bunch of drivers tied up here in this one. The 62 of Kyle Todd, Tyson Pankow, Dustin O'Neill, Charles Minders all getting collected here in this one as a bit of a calamity here out of corner number 2 on the Speedway. We'll keep an eye on this 4 ride as the 4 machine of Dustin O'Neill sends it into corner number 1. Nice and easy up here on the hindsight, and just look at the rear end, just kicks out and around on him through that slick stuff. Unfortunately, as he's sliding around, clips the 91 of Pankow, gets clipped by the 62 of Todd. Nowhere to go for Frazier as he gets some damage there in that one. Is hard contact up into the outside fence for Tyson Pankow. And look at everyone just trying to avoid the contact, trying to get down and out of the way. Unfortunately here for Charles Minders, he's going to get clipped right there. He's going to go for a loop-de-loop. The 62 and the 22 going to come together there on the high side as Kyle Todd trying to get turned back around. And again, another caution flag on the Speedway. Sizing us up for another restart here on the field. As out in front, Jamie Massey getting ready for another big restart. Keith Hackney down on the inside right there with them as both drivers get ready to go back to battle. As down out of quarter number 4, we go back to green flag racing here in this one. Mitchell Godfrey coming in, showing the big love. What's good, Mitchell? Mitchell coming in, smashing that thumbs up here on the broadcast. It's Jamie Massey, Keith Hackney 1 and 2 here on the Speedway. Josh Peacock's been up here in that 3rd spot, 2nd spot for a lot of this race as you have something left in the tank late in this one for our race leaders. As out in front, Jamie Massey and Hackney continue to lead the way as the 61 ride getting a little loose right there. That's going to open up the door down low. Kyle Moyer going to look to take over position number 3, but here comes the 0-3. Bishop gets up, gets a piece of him. He slides up the racetrack over the nose of the 71 ride. Now it's a dogfight for position number 4. 3 wide there off of quarter number 4, and Kyle Moyer somehow or another will hang on to that 4th spot on the Speedway. Now Joseph Pratt into position number 5 here for a split second as Curtis Bishop can invest work down to his inside here, but a great run at quarter number 4 allows him to clear those 2 drivers back there behind him as they continue to battle here for position number 3, 4, 5 in the rest of our top 10 here on the Speedway. It's allowing Jamie Massey and Keith Hackney to continue to pull away with this race lead. Hackney all over the back bumper here of our race leader as only 13 more laps left to go here in this one. 13 more laps for these drivers to duke it out. 12 more this time by the line. We're going to take a quick break and have a quick Peacemaker Gaming crank it up. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers here for a quick couple laps around Fairbury Speedway. more. Beating and banging and battling, and around goes Cody Campbell. There is a late race caution flying on the speedway, as that will bring it to a close here for our Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up. Give it up for these drivers, man. A lot of great sights and sounds around Fairbury Speedway, but it's Cody Campbell who's going to go for a loop-de-loop at corner number 4. Here as these guys were battling tough here. You see the 62 ride down over the nose of the 6 of Kilgore. Back up on the racetrack, pushes Kilgore up the speedway into the 5 right of Will Klein. Then they all kind of get together. The 66 helping getting into the back end of that one machine and spinning. Cody Campbell around to bring out the caution flag. So a late race yellow flag here on the speedway as we'll get them ready to rock and roll. This is not what Jamie Massey or Keith Hackney wanted to see. They wanted to see this one go clean and green down to the end and not have to worry about another restart, as that's going to bring Moyer and Peacock, Pratt, Bishop, Vess, Miller, Frazier, and Todd right back to their rear bumper as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to battle here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you guys came here for a show. Well, here you go. As down at a quarter number 4, we will see that green flag fly once again with 6 more laps of racing action here from Fairbury Speedway. Jamie Massey out in front, continuing to lead the way as Keith Hackney there in position number 2. Here comes Peacock down low, looking to try to take position number 2 away from the Grip Hackney Live House of Speed number 69. Excuse me, Kyle Moyer right there, as well as Moyer in position number 4, and looking for more as Curtis Bishop rolls there in that 5th position. James Miller trying to hang on to position number 6. A great rebound here for the Jags 22 machine as Joseph Pratt, Tyson Pankow, Kenneth Bess, and Kyle Todd round out our top 10 here on the speedway. But it's Jamie Massey at the front of the field who continues to open up a bit of a lead here between himself and Keith Hackney. Hackney trying to hunt him down, see if he can make a late race pass for potentially picking up the win here in this one. As down across the line, they will see the twin stakes from our flagman. 2 more laps left to go here this evening. Down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Jamie Massey will see that white flag fly, so the next flag will end it no matter what here from Fairbury Speedway. Massey for the final time down the back straightaway into corner number 3. Hackney shoots it down low, looking for the slide job, almost contact, a drag race back to the line, but it's Jamie Massey picking up the checkered flag here this evening. Massey getting the dub and picking up another big win here in the Bulletproof Mini Stock Association Series here at beautiful Fairbury Speedway, and he's gonna burn down the house as Hackney comes home in second, and Josh Peacock, the man with the plan, the master man, will come home in position number 3. So Massey, Hackney, and Peacock 1, 2, and 3 on the speedway. Bishop coming home in 4th, and Kyle Moyer rounding out our top 5. Jim says, where is Brunner? Unfortunately, no Brunner here this evening. He didn't show up. I'm not sure where Brunner was here tonight, but he did not join the server, so unfortunately no Brunner out there on the racetrack. We would have loved to see him out there as Cody Benschneider, Mr. Benschneider coming in, showing the love. How are you, Cody? Cody coming in with the big love here in this one, and Jeff Dickinson. Jeff coming in with that heart reaction as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys enjoyed that racing action, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to pull our top 3 up into the broadcast booth for some post-race interviews here this afternoon. Post-race interviews coming up here as these drivers, man, putting on one heck of a show, one heck of a race here for us this evening. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys go check this out over on YouTube as well. You can catch all of our live action there on the YouTube channel and over on our Twitch channel, as well as non-stop racing action here on Peacemaker Gaming on all your favorite streaming sites, as we'll get ready to pull Mr. Massey up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. Hey Jamie, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
I do.
Jamie, brother, you got to be getting pretty used to these interviews, man, after another big win here this afternoon, man. Take us back through it. Take us back through this race. In a lot of restarts, a lot of times you had to try to hold off the hard charges of Keith Hackney and Josh Peacock, and you saw Kyle Moyer and Curtis Bishop right there all evening long trying to take this win away from you.
Yeah, man. Keith, we worked on. We haven't been testing all week. I've been working on my real life car as I had a little altercation over the weekend. So yeah, I had to work on it, and we got into the started testing today about 4 o'clock and 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that, and build a setup, and then he was a little better there on the top of 1 and 2 because he could flat foot it, and he set up for that. But yeah, I think we felt like once we could get going with each other, like I said, man, you got to have a good dance partner, and I had another good one. He didn't wreck me this time, so it worked out. Yeah, dictate played a big factor. He probably could have slid me a time or two on one of them restarts and change and probably got us racing. But as a teammate, you got to jeopardize your, you got to get 1 and 2 and then get going and then start racing. And he did that, so that kind of played a factor in me winning too. Also, there was a couple times that caught me, I believe, it was fixing to throw a bomb and we was about a second out and was fixing to start racing. So I hated the cautions, but at the same time, a couple times I got a little too snug and one. He got a big run and it saved me.
Absolutely. Yeah, we saw that a couple times there. He was able to get in front of you, just edge out in front of you there, and then the caution flag would fly. Obviously, iRacing going back to the last lap, giving you that spot back, which really just kept giving you that great lane choice and the great abilities here to kind of hit your marks again on the next restart, try to keep them back there at bay. And as you said, it's quite surprising. We were waiting for that moment where Hackney would start to try to throw some big slide jobs, try to make some of those moves, and I think he was waiting for late in this race to really try to make something happen there. Unfortunately, you got a great restart. You were able to kind of keep on rolling out there on the speedway and have that car length or two between each other there on that final run to the checkered flag, where he didn't really quite have the runs or the ground to make a big slide job and make it work there. He tried in 3 and 4, but obviously he was nowhere close to your back bumper to be able to clear you down through 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think a little bit of it made it. The line I was running off of 4 was kind of awkward. I was cutting down. He was getting through 1 and 2 so good, so he was getting ahead of steam in 3 and 4, which was causing him to about getting the wall off 4, which he was checking up for me because I'm cutting down as well, and it plays a factor, man. It is. I know a lot of this racing is who's better than the other, but a lot of it's mind games. Change lines, and even if that line isn't the best, you kind of gotta do it just to throw the other guy off. I think I'm one of the me and Carl and Keith are 3 of the best at knowing. But we've been racing each other so long that he kind of knows what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it. But I've always been good at changing lines to try to disaffect what he's got going on. So it worked tonight. Like I said, I think if he'd have been out front, I wouldn't have been able to do anything with him. And luckily, that didn't happen. You got to qualify good, and the invert wasn't that bad, and worked out, man. I'll take it.
Absolutely, brother. It works out perfectly for you here in this one. Jamie, who would you like to thank for such a great run and great drive here this evening?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think everybody ever did NLR, H&L, Tunnel Vision by Hackney, JP Designs, Grip Hackney Live. Um, yeah, you for broadcasting this, for putting on this thing. I know that that race was a little hectic, but that's why when he said it was Fairbury today, I was like, "Are you sure?" Because I felt like maybe it would get locked down around the top, and then what do? You got to throw bombs to even do anything. Overall, it was a good race, and he didn't get too pissed off and kick anybody out. So on to the next one.
Absolutely, brother. On to the next one. Jamie has another great race, another great win here for you. As you park that 6M right back up here in victory lane, man. You got to be feeling pretty good here, pretty confident on how your season's gone so far. Obviously, what is that, 3 wins now out of 4 races, and obviously next week, not back-to-back wins yet, so you don't have to take that EOL again and start at the rear of the field, so you at least got that to look forward to next week as well.
Yeah, speaking on that, I think we would have had 4 last week, but there's this guy, little Chinese guy. I don't know what he is. But he wrecked me, and no, it is what it is. I was glad I had to start in the back again, so maybe he'll wreck me again next week, but I can drive back to like a second or third, so it'll work. We'll see, man. Thank you.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Congratulations on the win here this evening.
See.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Jamie Massey as Massey comes home with the race win here this evening, putting that 6M Scott Bloomquist ride up and into victory lane as we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher here this evening, the number 69 ride of Keith Hackney. Hackney coming home with the win here this evening. A great run and a great drive for him, being able to pick up the dump here this evening as we'll get ready to pull Hackney up into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. Hey Keith, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Keith, man, another good run, another good race here for you, and Jamie Massey this evening as you two duked it out at the front of the field for a lot of laps here this evening and a lot of restarts as you stayed kind of right there on his back bumper. A couple of those restarts you were able to just edge in front of him before the caution flag would come back out. It would re-give him the race lead. We just kind of watched you guys waiting, anticipating you to start maybe throwing some big moves, trying to find those runs to be able to jump up here and take this win away from them here this evening. And it seemed like you were just kind of biding your time, waiting till late in this race to really make those moves. And that final restart seemed like Massey just got that big enough jump on you where you really didn't have the runs or the area, the drive there to be able to make that big slide job move late in this race to trying to take this win away from them.
Yeah, man. I just we did not get to practice at all. We've been working on real cars all day, and just I was actually trying to paint a car before the damn race, and didn't really get to. I just changed the color of this one from last week, and that was, I like being flashy, and so I didn't really practice at all, other than our little practice session here at the beginning of the race and stuff. So I missed my line in qualifying. I tried it 3 different times. I ran the same set through qualifying and the heat. I was going to run to the feature, but I changed it. But I just missed it a little bit in qualifying, and luckily, me and Carl, we had an awesome heat race. I mean, side by side for all 8 laps. That was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, man. As far as the race there, it just it don't matter where you're at, what position you starting in. Like it sucks restarting here. I mean, you can either get pinned on the bottom or get pinned up top, or whatever, vice versa. But um, there was several times I did have. I mean, I could have slung it on him on them restarts, but I didn't. I just really wanted to tuck in behind him. I wanted to take off. I wanted to really see what we had compared to the field, and it showed there in the middle of the race. I think it was up or out like 3 seconds, and uh, I was wanting to start racing with him. I was waiting within the last 10 per se, and I was really good through 1 and 2. I changed my right front on my car right before we gridded, just because I knew if this ever went to the top, I'd be all right with those changes, and I just had to thug it out there for the first quarter or half of the race, and just ride and see where we was at. And like I said, once I knew it was going, or once I knew it would go to the top, I'd be good, and which I was. I was good in 3 and 4 too, but like he said, he was running the cut down, and I was just faster than he was going into 3, and I was having to check up, and a lot of times I get my car out of whack, and I just couldn't get back on the throttle. And then sometimes I get out of whack and I get back on the throttle and it push to the outside, hitting the turn for our front straightaway wall there. So, yeah, man, I gave it that one last effort right there at the end. I got in the wall actually with 2 laps to go, so I lost everything I had gained. And I thought I'd sling it in there that last corner. If I would have seen his nose in my mirror, I would have went all the way to the top. But I've had to listen to him and everybody around us for the last week saying that I wrecked him last week, so I didn't want to hear him cry and have to change his tampon this week. So I just let him have it, and we'll go on and move on to next week.
Absolutely, brother. Well, you didn't want to make it 2 weeks in a row. Definitely making contact there with your teammate for a win. And, man, nonetheless, a great run and a great drive, though, between the two of you guys out there on the Speedway. You talked about that battle in the heat ranks as well with Kilgore, man, putting on a show for all the fans in the stands here this evening. And he come up just a little bit shy of being able to pull that slide job off, but being able to come home in second again to, one of your friends, one of your teammates here, and Jamie Massey, at least, eases the pain a little bit of losing a race, but,
No.
you always want to be there in victory lane. But, dude, another great run, another solid performance, another second place drive here for you this afternoon. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and great performance all evening long?
Yeah, man. But before I say that, nothing is never eases the pain when I race this fool because we will junk each other's stuff every race we get into. So yeah, forget him. But other than that, just same as him, man. NLR, HNL, House of Speed, uh, Grip Hackney Live, Tunnel Vision by Hackney, Simple Money Promotions, them for putting us on. Josh, thank him for bringing this league because this is what iRacing needs. I think these are just awesome to race. I mean, I'm not being biased, but they are just really fun to drive. And you for broadcasting, and my better half for watching. And yeah, we'll move on to next week.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack. We look forward to seeing you and Massey and the rest of the field duke it out and go to battle here for another one of these mini stock races. Congrats on the second place run, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth next
All right, buddy.
Wednesday.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Keith Hackney. Hackney coming home there in position number 2. Another great run and another great race there for the 69 ride. As we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the P61. It is Josh Peacock coming home there in position number 3. We'll get ready to pull him up and into the broadcast booth. Steve Massey says didn't want to get beat up again. Yeah, I could imagine that. I could imagine that, Steve. You're intimidating. Maybe you just didn't want to get beat up by Steve again. Or Jamie himself, as William Taylor. William coming in with the like on the stream. Jeremy Facette coming in, becoming a brand new follower here on Peacemaker Gaming as well. Jeremy, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker crew. Smashing that follow button here this evening. Tommy Gorman Jr. says, I'm in that league, but my kids are playing football, so we have practice during the week. Tommy, brother, that's a tough break right there, my dude. That's a tough break, but hey, you know what? Family is always first, my dude. Family is always first. And trust me, those football practices, the extra time you get to spend with your kids, sometimes it may be a pain, but in the long term look at things, man, you're gonna look back on that someday and wish you still had more leagues and more football things to do with them and more time to spend with them, man. So enjoy every moment you get to be with your kids and having fun and enjoying some football and some quality time together out there on the racetrack. As Justin says, laugh out loud, wild interviews, brother. Always wild interviews here in this one. As Tommy says, I have 2 that play wide receiver. Let's go. That's dope, brother. That's dope. Wide receiver. That's a tough spot, man. It's very skilled position. You got to be able to run those routes perfectly. You got to be able to have that eye coordination to make catches, and you got to be able to take some big hits out there as well, and you got to be very, very fast as well. So that's a tough position to play in football for certain. As we're going to get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the number 61 of Mr. Josh Peacock. Is Peacock coming home here in position number 3. We'll pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey Josh, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
We got you, brother.
Josh, man, a good run, a great race here for you in this one, man, as you were right there all evening long, putting the pressure on the back bumper of Hackney and Massey, and for a little bit we saw you able to jump into that second spot and get in front of that 69 ride, and then you guys battle it out in another restart, and just trying to, keep yourself there in that third spot within striking distance here throughout this race was a tall task here this evening, especially when you look in your rearview mirror and you see so many great talented drivers back there duking it out. When you look through the field and you see, Bishop, Moyer, Miller, Pratt, all these guys right there trying to knock you out of that third spot and trying to go after the top 2 here this evening themselves, man. You did a great job and a great race here for you out there on the racetrack, man. Take us back through it and how you were able to hang on and hold off a lot of these other fast cats for a third place run here this evening.
Yeah, it all started earlier in the week. I think I-55 was supposed to be on the schedule, but after running a couple races there, I just didn't think it would put on a good show or maybe just be a good race at all. But yeah, I made the last minute decision to switch it up and come here, which if we could have kept the same racetrack that we had in the heat race or through the heat races in the beginning of the feature, I think would have been okay. I didn't really expect it to lock down, but I didn't know the magic number to make it not lock down up top. But yeah, it is what it is. Once we hit the halfway point and them boys got up top, they geared me out. I kind of split the middle on gear decision, and I could run top, bottom, or middle, which it was really good in the middle. But once you got up top, I just geared out probably 3/4 way down the straightaway, and they just pulled me about a tenth or better a lap every lap, and that adds up over time. But yeah, I mean we're happy with it. We finally had a race we didn't get wrecked out of, and we actually got to finish and run the whole time. So that's always a plus.
Absolutely, it's always a plus. It's always a good day when you're able to finish off a race and be able to roll that car up and into the hauler and keep the wheels pointed in the right direction all evening long. Is always a good time here, and to be able to do it as quickly as you did, being able to stay there in that third spot is going to feel pretty dang good here this afternoon.
Oh, it definitely does. I think I'm about to the point now I might start turning some practice laps to where I'm catching sons of bitches. But I think not really practicing and coming out. And I think me and Massey was really even in the heat race. It's just he made the right adjustments to carry on to the feature, and I didn't. So I mean, it all comes down to knowing what to do. These cars are very like gear prominent, as far as if you throw the wrong gear in, you're kind of up the creek without a paddle. But I mean, overall, like I said, it's a good night. I'll definitely take a third anytime I can get them. And
Absolutely, brother. Well, Josh, congrats on the third place run here this evening. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and great performance here this afternoon?
man, first off, I want to thank everybody that comes out and races with us. I kind of put this deal together. I expected, 15 to 18 cars to show up every week, and I don't think we've had under 20 yet. And for the most part, it's a really good group of guys. And when the racetrack allows it, we can have good races and not really have all that many cautions. But like I said, I want to thank everybody that takes time to show up. I'd give a shout out to all the guys that are Bulletproof Motorsports. We need to actually start working on something, but one day. Shameless plug to JP Designs, putting a badass wrap on a car. If you need anything, hit me up on Facebook. Traction by Boosted. Give a shout out to Carl Kilgore at KC Speedworks for giving us the speed in this hot rod, and you for doing the broadcast, and Josh Ely at 09 Laser Engraving. I almost forgot him like I usually do, but and everybody out there watching and comes out and supports us.
Absolutely, brother. Well, a great run and a great drive here this evening for you, Josh. Congratulations on the third place run, and hopefully many more to come here for that 61P machine. And maybe next week we'll see a couple spots better and up here in victory lane yourself.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if I'm within striking distance at the end, I don't care if there's one or two of them HNL cars in front of me. I'm knocking both of them out of the way.
All right, well, we'll make sure to keep the camera pointed on you there next week and see if there's any extra fireworks there before the checkered flag next week.
All right, brother, I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, giving up there for Josh Peacock. Is Peacock coming home there in position number 3 here this evening is my boy Cody McCoy coming in, showing the love. Cody coming in, dropping the like on the stream and the exclamation mark followage as well, coming in with the 2 years. I do believe today was our 2-year anniversary, brother. Mr. McCoy coming in with the 736 days of being a follower here on Peacemaker Gaming. It was some sort of follow anniversary or something like that earlier. I don't know what it was, but hey, you know what? We'll throw them out there, and if Facebook gives us those little updates, man, it's always nice to be able to celebrate and thank all the amazing fans in the stands that come out here and support us week after week after week. McCoy was one of them here this week that was able to be highlighted as one of the, not only a top fan, but also as a great, fan in the stands here for so many years, so many days, coming in and showing the love here, and we appreciate that, Cody. As we appreciate everybody coming in here week after week and day after day, coming in showing the love with all the likes, the comments, the shares. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Unfortunately, that's going to do it for us here in this race. This race is going to come to a close, but we do have another race on the docket a little later here this evening. So this race is going to come to a close about 50 minutes from now. We will be back. Green flag flag racing with the Slingshot Sim Racing Series. So the racing isn't entirely over. We got some more stuff to do here this afternoon. So if you guys want to see some more great racing later on this afternoon, make sure you guys tune in as the Slingshot Sim Racing Series will go back to battle. I do believe we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway, not for the Rovals. They don't run the road courses in this series, but I do believe we are running the oval Charlotte Motor Speedway. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great time. We're going to see some great racing there with all those amazing competitors in the NASCAR Cup Series. So make sure you guys jump in there and tune in later this evening for our second feature event of the day. That'll come up just around 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So keep an eye out for it. If you haven't already, make sure you turn that bell notification on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming. And I'll see you guys all back here in just a little bit. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a run, what a race, what a show!
Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusting metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler wild, boys' laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust left on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn fortunes laid. South's heartbeat in if dirt tracks play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Spinning the loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusting metal horsepower.